And she's shaking the table. Okay, there. All right, go ahead. This last one.
This is our last video like this. There'll probably be a few more. We'll take it bingo tonight.
Yeah.
On the way to the airport tomorrow and things like that. But as far as this kind of video, this will be our last one while we're here. So, um, wanted to summarize a few things, I guess, and about the trip.
It was
Um,
good.
it's very good. We needed it. We're both healthier than we were when we got here.
Oh yeah.
We're both happier than we were when we got here.
Hate to leave.
Hate to leave. Our hearts are sad right now, but we know we're going to be back. So, at this point, it's just when,
Had a good night last night though.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun last night. Jeff and Dee got a hold of us earlier in the week and asked us that, if they could take us out to dinner for one last time on Sunday night. And we said, sure. And then when they picked us up last night and we got there was 10 people around the table there waiting for us. And David and Michelle were there. We had just been with them the night before. And of course, they didn't mention anything.
Yeah.
No. They kept it all to themselves, and it was kind of a going away party, and we really had a lot of fun.
Good food, and then we went out after that, and we had a good time.
We had a bar crawl after that down 5th Street, and
went to a couple of different places.
Yeah, we had so much fun last night.
It was out late for senior citizens.
Oh, we're not quite. Well, I guess we're 55 and over. We're seniors now.
Yeah, we were out late.
But yeah, we were out pretty late, but it didn't feel like we were out late. When we got home, we still stayed up a little while.
Yeah.
Our internal clocks are shifting a little bit, and so when we get back home, it's gonna be a mess trying to figure things out, but we'll get adjusted.
Yeah.
And by the time we get adjusted, we'll be back here. So.
Yeah. Yeah, we want to get back soon.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It was just a lot of fun last night.
A lot of fun.
It's all been fun.
The whole trip.
And it doesn't feel like a vacation. It feels like everyday living.
If you ever get to feeling like you can't find really wholesome, happy, good people around you like your parents had when you were growing up.
Like it used to be.
Like it used to be. There's a reason for that. They've all moved here. They live here now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people living here.
A lot of Americans and Canadians and Europeans and Islanders and
they all seem to flock to this area.
Yeah, it's understandable why. I mean, it's beautiful here.
Beautiful weather, cost of living.
Yeah,
everything's
here, and I mean in the healthcare, everything. Mm-hmm. In the USA, you hear people talk a lot about freedom. Oh, freedom! We're the freest free. We have more freedom here.
More freedom here than there is back home.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we haven't. The only time we've talked to a cop here is when I approached one for a picture to get Darren to take a picture of me with him. And he was friendly and smiling and happy to take a picture with me. We don't, we haven't had anyone, and not just this time, but every time we've been to Mexico over the last 16 years, we've never had anyone.
Just don't go looking for trouble.
Right.
That's what it is.
I mean, if you come here looking for issues, you're going to find issues. If you come here looking for trouble, you're going to find it. If you come here trying to get involved in the criminal element's going to get involved in you. Yeah. I mean, it's that way anywhere. But we have so much more joy in our hearts here when we're here, and so much more joy toward each other, even
it's not just that, but now we kind of feel, I won't say anxious or stressed about going back because
Right.
it's just
There's
so
some
much better.
anxiety. I mean,
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah.
I mean, in the last week or so, as we get closer to going home, we find ourselves checking the news at home. We weren't really doing that much before. We'd see something on YouTube every so often about the egg prices or whatever, but other than that, we were not checking the news.
Check the headlines. I don't read a
Yeah,
lot, but
no, just check the
read enough to know it's
headlines.
bad.
And so our anxiety's been building a little bit about going back home, and our stress levels have been building about going back home. And we,
But people we talk to here, it doesn't bother them because they're not part of it.
it's, you know, and when I'm here, it's like my mind is already here.
Yeah.
Like I'm going home, but my mind is going to be here.
Yeah.
It's like, um, it's like I posted on Facebook that we live in the United States, but we have a life here.
Yeah.
Our life is here. I mean, our friends are here. You know, our social circle is here. It's not that we don't have friends back home. We do, but
It's just different.
to find a crowd of people like what we have here, who are so kind and giving, the whole crowd, not just one or two people in the crowd, but everyone in the crowd, you know, that's because when you come to a place like this, you meet other people who made that same choice. And so there's so much, you know, similarities in the reasons we make those choices that we have the same heart.
I've noticed back home, everybody just talks about whatever's going on in the news, and here nobody discusses it because it doesn't
No.
matter. It's just, and you think, what else is there to talk about other than news? Well, there's plenty, and we make it work. And
Right,
it's hard to put into words. It really is.
right. I mean, when you have that life with other human beings outside of your internet world and outside of your home, out in public places, and there's always something to talk about. There's always something to talk about.
And
It
it's always
has
positive.
that,
It's
yes,
never
positive
negative.
and fun and funny, and
Yeah,
you know, and there's always something that to learn about each other. Um, and everyone you meet's got an interesting backstory of how they ended up here. The guy we were watching sing,
yeah.
you go ahead and tell that
No,
one.
that's a good story.
His name is Lee, and when you look at him, you know he's just this normal looking dude. I think he's from England, but he, you know, he's standing there smoking, talking to everybody, and then he gets on the microphone, and he has this smooth voice that just
Mhm.
so good, such a good singer. But his backstory was when he was really young, like 20 or 25 years ago, something like that. He came here for 2 weeks with his mom for vacation to a resort. They had a talent contest going on at the resort while he was there, so he decided to enter it. Um, and, you know, just for something fun to do while him and his mom were here. Um, and the owners of the resort liked him so much they ended up offering him a regular job there where he could live at the resort, all inclusive, all that, um, and sing for them for a living. And that was 20, 25 years ago.
Still is.
He's never went home. He's been here ever since.
Yeah.
Came here for 2 weeks and never left.
Or other couples we met, people back home would ask them, "When are you coming home?" They said, "This is home."
I am home.
Yeah, that's what they don't
Mhm.
understand. So,
We are home. Yeah.
yeah.
When are you coming here to see us?
Yeah.
Yeah. We are home. And
It's
ever since our honeymoon, I think our hearts have been here.
well,
It's
yeah, but
it's always been
it's just different this time because it wasn't a vacation.
right.
We're living back here. We're not next to anything tourist related. And,
No, I mean we still have the option to go do tourist stuff if we want to, but where we're at, we're in with the locals, we're in with the expats, we're in with everybody that lives in together. Back in-
There's not many expats here at all. I mean,
Well, not
this
in this
is-
complex.
No,
No.
there's. I'm not in this area. It's all locals.
Yeah.
But they
But-
all welcome us.
Yeah, and everybody's nice and sweet and says everybody you pass on the street or in the complex, anywhere
They will greet
is
you.
yeah. It's hola, buenos dias,
Yeah. It's,
¿cómo está?
yeah.
You
It's
know?
it's just a different experience.
Yes, it is. So to summarize our trip,
It's good.
it was good. We got here. We came to our apartment. While we were here, we looked at a few other condos. Weighed our options. Still weighing our options. And met some awesome people. Ate some awesome food. Did a lot of awesome things.
Food last night was very good.
Oh my gosh! I brought home. I got a filet mignon that ended up being 3 filet mignons on a plate with a huge serving of homemade mashed potatoes. This is at a Brazilian. Was it Brazilian or Argentinian restaurant? And I ate 1 filet mignon, and then I ate a little bit off another one and fed some of it to one of the dogs there.
Yeah.
And then gave the rest of it to some people to put in their doggy bag to take home for their dogs.
You brought one
And
home.
the third one I brought home with me, thinking that, well, I'm gonna cook it and get up in the morning, heat it up in the pan, and have steak and eggs for breakfast. Well, by the time we got home, it was so late.
Yeah.
I was hungry again, and so I sat there last night and ate that whole filet mignon and all the mashed potatoes and everything, and it was all gone by the time I went to bed last night. It was so good.
I had 2 ribs that were, they're just enormous. Of course, I couldn't hardly eat any of it, but it was so good.
And we, I mean, it was the first time in my entire life I have ever had a steak that melted in my mouth when it was cold.
Yeah.
I heated it up for like a minute in the microwave, and that heated it up around the edges and stuff. It didn't get hard or rubbery or anything in the microwave.
Yeah.
And the center of it was still somewhat cold and just still melted in my mouth. Every last bite of that thing was like, oh my God, I've never had a cold steak that didn't get tough.
And of course, they wouldn't let us pay. And I want to thank everybody for that too.
Oh
But,
gosh. That was hard for him to accept. He had a hard time with other people picking up the bill for us. And to be fair, at first I was a little put off by it too, but it's what you do. If you're the guest of honor,
well,
that's what you do. And we appreciated all of it. And people we just met them last night, picked up the bill.
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's a different crowd here. It's a different mindset. It's
More giving.
It's not what can I get from you here. It's what can I do for you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. How can I
Not
help
just
you?
from the locals, but from
And-
expats, everybody.
And we get that sometimes from the service industry at home, though not as much as we used to. But from the
Mhm.
general public, nice to meet you. How can I help you? Isn't something you get from somebody not expecting a tip. But that's
Yeah.
here, that's just the general population. Nice to meet you. How can I help you? What can I help you with? And what can I do for you? And we fit in with that because that's how we are. That's how we are. And so we really feel that sense of connectedness here, of social connectedness, that we haven't felt at home in a long, long time.
Too many positives to list, and
I mean-
it just goes on and on. But we're mostly packed now, ready. We are going out tonight for bingo one more time,
Right.
and then we have to get up early in the morning to catch our flight. We're getting a ride there, of course.
Our flight out is we start boarding at around 11:30, 11:40,
Yeah, somewhere in that area.
and our flight leaves at around 12:20. Of course,
Yeah.
it's a 3.5-hour flight, and
About
so
3.
it's a 3.5-hour flight. We'll be back there at around 2:30, but
Get a rental car.
that's 2 hours on the clock, but it's 3 hours in reality because of the time difference.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
we get a car and
2.5.
head back. drop the rental car off. So hopefully, if we're not too tired, we'll be out and about Wednesday.
Wednesday
Just
to
make
come
make
see
the rounds
people
to see
and
people that we hadn't seen in a while.
drop some stuff off.
Yeah,
Hint, hint, Amber.
yeah, yeah. We got a lot of knickknacks stuff.
Oh yeah, we got knickknacks and paddywhacks,
Yeah.
and we got
Hang on just a second. I gotta get
Okay.
clean. I know I gotta get clean. I know.
all right. But if there was any way that we could convey to you in words what this place, what Mexico and Playa del Carmen do in our hearts, do for us in our hearts. I mean,
Well, that's another thing because we had planned on going to Merida.
our next trip.
Well,
Well, we were
this
planning
time.
on going there to just visit this time.
But once we started talking about the weather, and it's always 10 degrees hotter there.
At
and,
least, yeah.
We haven't run the air conditioner here hardly at all.
Right.
We just leave windows open all the time, and just there's such a good breeze that we don't need the air. And
Mostly if I'm running the air conditioners because I'm taking a nap in the daytime.
they're doing hair and makeup.
Doing my hair and makeup so I'm not sweating before I get all my makeup on because
Yeah.
you know how hard that is. Well, he doesn't, but ladies do.
But I'm surprised we haven't run the air much at all. And
We
it's
expected
been
we
nice.
would. Now, I know when it gets into the summer here,
Then,
if for nothing more than the humidity level, we'll be running the air. But also because of the temperature. But we'll also be, when it gets to that hot point in the day, we'll be in the pool.
Yeah.
We'll be at the ocean. We'll be somewhere we can jump in and cool off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's
What else? Anything else?
just, we love you guys so much. I find myself writing a line between being too happy on these videos versus not seeming happy enough on these videos, because I don't want any of my loved ones at home to think that any of them have anything to do with why we're so happy here. As far as, oh, we're away from you, or we don't love you.
No.
It's not about
It's just
anything. It's all internal. It's all
it's a different world here.
it's all about what this place does for us emotionally, mentally, physically. Darren's put on a little weight, which he needed to
much
do.
healthier than when I first got here, that's for sure.
Oh gosh.
I was very weak, actually.
Right.
And
Wayne, the thing we were worried about with pain for him hasn't even been an issue since we've been about a week and a half or 2 weeks after we got here.
it's, I don't know, diet, exercise, state of mind has changed. I don't know what all it is, but the pain level is better. I mean, much better.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll continue. We'll see.
He's been sleeping good and
yeah, it's been. I can't think of anything negative to say, really.
Mm-mm.
It's just.
I mean, every once in a while when we're out at a restaurant or something, if he's in a chair that's uncomfortable, I'll see him adjust or something like that.
I still get back pain, but that's never going to go away.
But even that's not to the level it was.
No, it's not.
When we first got here, there was a couple times we were at restaurants that you had to stand up. Your back hurt so bad.
Yeah.
But that.
Yeah, and these cheap ass chairs aren't very good either.
Yeah, these things don't help a lot.
They're
these.
They're cheap.
Wire looking with the plastic.
Well, everything here in the apartment is cheap, but that's not.
It's an Airbnb. I mean,
that's not why we're here.
No.
We intentionally picked something like this because we didn't want luxury.
Right.
Because that's not real living.
That's not realistic. We wanted something that's realistic. If we lived here, and worse came to worse, and we had to live with bare minimum,
we know we could do it.
Would we be? Would it be okay with us? And this is bare minimum, and it's okay with us.
That's fine.
We're happy here, so
material things don't matter.
It's
life experiences are much more important.
Yes. Yeah. We've made more good memories here in the last 2 months than we have at home in the last 2 years.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because at home you were either working or
Working, or even when I was off work, we'd run and do shopping and come back home.
yeah,
Every once in a while we might go out to eat or something. We'd spend time with Amber. Those are good memories. We spend
yeah,
time with your dad and Sue, and those are good memories. And we see your mom every once in a while, and those are good memories.
yeah.
But these last 2 months, there's something new 2 or 3 times a week that gets registered as a positive memory.
Well, this town is growing so fast. There's always something to do here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this place is booming.
If you're bored here, you're just lazy.
Yeah,
You're just lazy. Go outside, you know. Outside, if you're not living in a complex that has all the amenities, outside has happy people and beautiful things to look at, and an endless array of free things to do.
I even smile taking the trash out and just
Yeah.
you just go down and drop it off, and
Everything's beautiful.
you just look around and just
Yeah.
it's something.
And if you do live in a place with amenities, shit, go to the pool, go to the gym, go for a long walk, go
Yeah,
for a jungle walk, go do something.
there's plenty to do just right here.
You don't have to have money here to have something fun, beautiful, and calming to do. It's at home, anything, it seems like back in the States, anything that has that effect on you costs money. It
Yeah.
costs money.
Everything's so cheap here that you don't mind it.
And it's like at home, we live about 3 blocks from the little local park in our town. At home, walking to the park and back was what we did. Well, we walked 6 blocks. We're exhausted now.
We walk a lot more here.
We walk miles here and never even notice how far we've walked because there's so much beautiful to look at, so much around us going on that we stop and take, do a little bit of this and do a little bit of that along the way. And oh, are you hungry? Well, there's a little restaurant right across the street. Let's go see what they, and by the time we're tired, or by the time we notice we're tired, I should say, we're exhausted because everything else has our attention. So if we're a little bit tired, we don't really even notice it. It's
you better wrap it up. We're 22 minutes.
It's going to take a while to upload this one. I knew it was going to be long because it's our last one. But I am going to keep this going while I'm home. Probably not as often, but maybe once a week a video at home, just because I want our friends here to have a little notion of what's going on there, of our life there, of our lifestyle there, and
But it'd be boring.
It won't be like this. I mean, it won't be us getting on talking about, oh, last night we did this and that with so-and-so and this and that with that one. And some of that, let's be honest, some of that is because most people our age at home are still working. And so they don't have, after work, they don't have the time or energy. They're taking care of grandkids. They're spending time with their own families, but most of that is because there just isn't a lot to do that doesn't break the bank. I mean, we go to the movies here and get popcorn and everything for under $10 for both of us.
Well, I know both of us was under $7 to get in. Popcorn was a little higher, but we got a huge bucket of it. I don't know how much it was, but it's all cheap.
That's at home. That exact same movie trip runs us $50.
Yeah, it's much cheaper.
If you got a few bucks on you, you got something to do.
Yeah.
If you want to go to a movie, go to a movie. It's if you're by yourself, you're going by yourself, you're going to spend probably $5 on tickets and popcorn.
Yeah, everything is cheap.
You can't do anything at home for $5 anymore.
Well, you better wrap it up.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be home tomorrow. Back in our own little bubble there, and Wednesday we'll be around to see you guys all,
Let's get the upload going.
Yep. We love you guys.
All right,
See you
see
soon.
y'all soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.